Hello everyone, Seth Widener here. Today I'm working on part 2 of my wall cabinet, my safe surround cabinet. This is the cabinet I assembled in part 1. It's approximately 24.5 inches from front to back. Here are the side panels for part 2. This cabinet is going to be twice as wide but the same depth and height. These panels are 23.5 inches deep and 76 inches tall. This plywood has an oak front and a Luan back. It was about $10 a sheet cheaper, so that's why I went with that. I put pocket hole screws along the whole front edge to attach to the face frame. I also did that on the shelves to attach them to the face frame for the middle shelf and the top. I put pocket hole screws around 3 sides of this intermittent shelf and the top of the cabinet to tie them to the sides and the face frame and to give them strength. This first cabinet is approximately 21 3/4 inches wide on the face frame. I've set the side back in approximately 1/4 inch on each side just for a profile. This is the face frame for the second cabinet. It's approximately 42 inches wide and 76 inches tall. On both of these frames I added a 1x4 to the bottom and a 1x3 to the top. I cut the top down to fit my ceiling height. These face frames, as well as the doors, had a polyurethane coating on them. I chemically stripped that and sanded it all off. In order to avoid seeing a plywood edge for the bottom shelf and to use that existing plywood as support, I've added some 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch strips of oak to the front edge of these bottom shelves. This notch here goes around the centerpiece. These strips hide the edge of the plywood panel. Today I'm going to assemble cabinet 2, the wide cabinet, for my wall cabinet safe surround project. Today I'm going to assemble the second cabinet for my wall cabinet, my safe surround cabinets. I had a piece of cross bracing across here that I left on there until I laid this flat ready for assembly, because I figured this would be a weak point here. The bottom has this support and piece of 1/2 inch plywood across it that will be covered and will also be used for support for the bottom shelf. Just because I know the kids will probably climb inside this thing. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to hold this all in place. I'll probably use a lot of pipe clamps to hold this in place while I assemble it. And again, this assembly is all with pocket hole screws. This is the middle shelf. I have pocket holes down each side and across the front. Got some clamps on the back. On the top end I have some clamps. I have the outside of the frame clamped in place, so now I just gotta adjust slightly as I go to make sure everything lines up. This is what the inside looks like from the back. It's not assembled, just clamped in place. I plan to put a hanging rod across here to hang all my hunting clothes. And this is the second cabinet assembled, ready for polyurethane.